Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. I have a special, exciting day today. I want you to know that we are going to do some fun painting. And I just want to share you something that we did in an ornament class that's brand new. How cute is she? All right. But I'm going to talk to you about some other one stroke products. If you ever wanted to learn how to paint and never thought you could, but you always wanted to, I have some great things to share with you today. And today and through tomorrow, so this is exciting. Today and through tomorrow, you're going to get 35% off on the onestroke.com website. So it's an easy code to remember. Today's the 12th. It is the 12th month of the year. So 12 for the month, 12 for today, and 25. So that's how you put in the code when you check out. You must spend $35 or more to get the 35% off today's. So it's today and tomorrow. Special little Christmas surprise for you. And so we need gifts for ourselves too, right? So think about that. All right. I'm going to do some painting with things that I really love. And I wanted to share with you that a couple of these things, I'm just going to start painting and then you will know where this came from. Okay. So I started a double loader last night and I am going to go ahead and add some more to it today. So, one stroke painting, blending, shading, and highlighting in every stroke. And I want you to see that we are going to, I can make a pink wreath, but let's go ahead and put out some apple red. All right. So, this is cardinal red. Let me get apple red. I hope you're having a wonderful day today. I am doing cleansing, getting my closets and things gone through, trying to clean up before we have company. But I thought I'm going to get on and just share with you some things that I love about this holiday, some painting and pretty poinsettias. All right, so I'm going to wet my 3/4 inch flat brush and I'm going to go into the red, and these are separate. So I'm going to come over here and get some Juneberry and red. All right, apple red, Juneberry, and let me show you a really pretty poinsettia. Okay, so I'm going to come here. This is just heavy duty scrapbooking paper. I actually created this years ago, but you can go get that type of scrapbooking paper and a lot of the craft stores. But what I mean, you can get it on Amazon too, but that means you have to be able to know how thick it is. All right. So Juneberry and apple red look really pretty in there, right? So I want to share with you some great things that are going to help you if you're a seasoned painter. I've got a kit that if you want to learn design and how to put together florals, and I'm big on florals. If you've never seen me paint before, florals are my thing. And I take you step by step. All right. So to do this poinsettia, I want you to see my wreath. All right. Go away, go away. I want you to see my wreath. Can you see that? But look at those poinsettias, my hydrangeas, poinsettias, and holly. All right. I'm just going to give you a touch of that. All right. I've done a spray like that and a wreath like that. So I want you to see that what I'm sharing today is a killer cell that's going to help you get anything you would like out of what I'm sharing today. So I'm going to keep going back to this today and tomorrow only, 35% off on onestroke.com. And this is the 12th month, the 12th day, and 25. So 12, 12, 25. And you got to spend $65 or more to get that discount. But that's a big discount for us on here because we already are a good price and on our site for you guys. So see, red's transparent. So which means it's kind of see-through. And I might go over that twice to get it really showing. All right. Um, thank you, Karen. I'd love to have some. Thank you. Thank you. She's sharing her breakfast with me on her patio. Sounds like a great place to be this morning. All right, so I want you to see, I'm going to do a second layer here. All right, so I'm doing an easy way to do a poinsettia. Okay, Now, I have this kit called Wreath of the Month, and I'll share that kit with you a little bit later. But after I show you that you can make a poinsettia that looks just that good, and then we're going to come in here just like I did in the picture I just showed you. I think I waited too long to sell that this year, that wreath packet. So I thought I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the components of it. Okay. Now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to do a hydrangea. All right. That's also hydrangeas are in the A to Z kit. All right. So what I'm doing on here is I'm just showing you that I will take, let's do some citrus green and white. All right, so let's put this right here. Good morning, good morning. I hope you guys are having a good one this morning. And I'm starting off with a bang. I thought I'm going to come do this and then do all my work. I'm doing spring cleaning in December. I have a good reason, but anyway, I'm going to show you that I do a background, and this one would have been like a gray background, but I want you to see that I'm going to push and lift. Okay, right on the wet background. So we're going to do, look, twist, twist, twist. So I go all the way around. Watch, I pick up white. And because it's wet, it makes it really easy to come around and do my edges. I did a big porch laner where we have these big, gorgeous Juneberry and fire coral hydrangeas, just like this. So I do hydrangeas in many ways. So if you wanted to see fun flowers and collections of all kinds of bulb flowers, all types of roses, all kinds of orchids, anything like that you want to do. I have stroke studies, and they're about 3 hours long. Super deal. You get them for $35, and you have the recording then. And I'm telling you, you can watch it over and over. But guess what? You get 35% off that today and tomorrow. 35%. So when you go look at collections, go look at stroke studies. I have 22 different stroke studies, super, super best selling, popular, and so many subjects like how to do numerous different hydrangeas. All right, so look, so we're just gonna do a yummy little hydrangea like that, and y'all saw that was not very hard, right? And I can come in here with gold. Let's do that. What do you think? I can also come in here and deepen this color, but when you see this real person, look, it's pretty. All right. So good morning, everybody. Thank you for being on. Let's go in here and let's put some metallic gold in here. Let's put a metallic gold in here. This is called a wipe away tool. It looks like a candy kiss. Now I want you to see that the handle works really good because it's got like a point on the handle. And this metallic gold, this is bright gold and multi-surface paint. I'm using multi-surface paint because that means I can paint on glass, metal, ceramic. Look, I can paint on this glass. See the gold in here? All right, we painted on these little Dollar Tree candles. All right, and look at this, right on this plexiglass. This is under, these surfaces are super cheap, and there's 3 in a set. And this is a gallery glass surface for making sun catchers, but we're making ornaments. Tie a pretty bow on there, and the Christmas greenery shows through. And I did candy canes, but candy peppermints, and I was going to do a few more on here. That was our ornament party we had the other night. All right, so I want you to see, I don't worry about putting these dots in every one, but look, I can put metallic gold, or I can put a little bit of green. but you just randomly come around and put some in there. Okay, dip, dot. If you've ever wanted to learn how to paint, this is a great way to do something special for yourself. All right, so give this. We're going to come in here. In my lives, I kind of share with you product and share with you what you can do with the product, along with giving you fun offers many times. All right, that's what they're all about. Okay, so there were some pine needles. Let's do that. I hope you're having a good beginning of a weekend here. We have some good weather here in Florida. I wanted to come on and say good morning. And I've never been on this early in the morning. So if you have any time, if you haven't taken off, or if you have to take off, be sure you come back later and look at what I'm going to be sharing today, okay? One stroke painting, you blend, shade, and highlight in each stroke, all right? So then what I want you to see is I can make small leaves. So look at this. I'm going to touch, pressure, and slide to a point, all right? That's touch, pressure, slide. And then all I do is pull some greenery. Now I'm going to come in here. Look at this dark blue. I'm going to get the green, the dark Prussian blue, and citrus. Okay, so look what happens here. I'm going to come out here, do just to make the green darker. I'm using that dark blue. Okay, so I'm picking up the two colors. Pick up the Prussian. All right, let's make. We need some dark because the poinsettia is really dark. All right. Let's put a little bit of blue there. So the Juneberry and that Prussian blue together. That Juneberry is the middle. That turns out really pretty. Hello, hello. I hope you like what we're sharing today. Good morning. I wanted to come on. It's chilly here in Florida too, but you know what? It's a good day to be alive. And I'm in a really happy mood. I already been out doing stuff outside. It's cold. And I thought, I am not got makeup on. I don't have any. I got my hair up in a knot. I don't even have long sleeves on this morning. I was out there in the brisk air. It's kind of cold. And I got all kinds of workers coming to paint my house today. So I'm trying to get ready. And I am wanting to share with you this morning 35% off. That's a biggie. 35% off because we already have good prices. All right, now look. Oh, Dawn, you're a sweetheart. You already did plenty for me yesterday. Dawn and I went to the mall, and our church has giving machines all over the US. I don't know if they have them in other countries, but we have giving vending machines, and you go and you pick out like a goat for $85, or you pick out underwear and socks for $5. There's all kinds of things, and Dawn and I went and painted, and she's so sweet, helped me carry everything into the mall and bought me lunch. I was buying her lunch. That didn't work. But it was so nice because we had these beautiful, one of the foundations are children that are special angels, and they were there, and they kept saying, I want to paint. So Don painted with them as I demonstrated, and it was so fun. There was some nonverbal and some that were, but they are the farmers for this foundation. And so they built this big farm, and like we could buy a goat for their farm. Or so there's different foundations. If you ever see a giving machine in your area, they 100% of what you donated, 100% goes to the foundation. And some of the foundations are in other countries, and a bunch of them are in your local area. And I didn't know that. We've been doing this for many years already. Um, Not me, but I'm saying the church. So it's awesome to see whole families would come and they had decided what they're purchasing and for who, all kinds of wonderful things to make the foundations be able to operate better. There's health ones, there's baby ones, all baby needs. They even have these awesome buses that you can get in and the homeless can get in and sleep. I'd say if you want to come have a good night's sleep off the ground, just come in and it's a mobile one, but you can also just come in and get a shower. Everything you need to get a shower is right there. So anyway, it was a fun thing to have a friend. And Donna and she's known about me for years, and but life happens, and she was taking care of her kids. But she signed up for one of my classes about a year ago, and now we are like sisters. And I have to tell you, somebody said you're like my mother, and I went, oh, I felt like your sister. Maybe I am like your mom, and that's okay too. All right. Now, I just want to show you just a few things. Now, you guys saw I did that in just a few minutes, but I want you to see that my guides and things help you. The amazing experience. Thank you for oh, you were so wonderful to go with me. Thank you. I want you to see that I have these recipe cards and teaching guides and and a bunch of my kits. But I want you to see that you can just go through here. Okay, it's A to Z floral painting for beginners. There's 50 lessons and 50 videos that you get free when you buy this. All right, so that you can go look at. Now these are kind of, they've got a UV coating on it, so you can paint. Right there's the hydrangeas I was doing. All right, and so for instance, you come to this side and you right here it says 1 2 3, so it's numbered. You're going to learn that one stroke, all right, is a teardrop. You're going to blank in like y'all saw me do the background, but this I used a scruffy brush. And then you go on it while it's wet and make the petals, and then these are hydrangea leaves instead of those leaves. Look, I used aqua in there and blues in those leaves. All right. So you get 5 brushes, 10 full bottles of paint. You're going to get 50 of these cards. And so let me tell you, I tell people, and 1 hour of practicing, and 1 hour of practicing, you can paint something you never believed you could. All right. We are sisters, sisters of another mother, right? All right. All right. So there is wisteria, and there's like 4 different kinds of roses, and poppies, and fox, foxglove, forget me nots, geraniums, gladiolas, irises. Think about all the different flowers that you can learn to paint. I was doing that at the mall. I did the nativity stencil and turned it into a wreath. In the center of the wreath is a nativity, and then I put magnolias and roses. You can look on my Facebook group and see all the different things that I painted, and Dawn helped the kids paint, so that was awesome. All right, so it's just a fun learn. Like, let me try to show you this. All right, so we've done this. So let me pull out another sheet of. Let's just go to my big notebook. Okay. All right. So what we can do is just come through here. Let me find some. All right. This is not the best weight. All right. So this is only 80 pounds. I get 165 pounds, I think, or 168. Here, this is the one that we do. And this is only 80 pounds. What? Wrong one. Okay. I was trying to get one that the cover's still on. Here. This is heavy duty, so this is great to just frame right away. This is 184. All right. So it's really thick and it doesn't warp, and you can get them in grays and blues and all tans, all kinds of colors. All right. So this, some of them are really nice. We have black and gray tones at our website. Okay. So what I want you to see, 35% off kits, wonderful kits with all the paints and everything that you need. And I went to the office supply store and picked up this so that I could put them right like this. And I can fan through and find out exactly what I want to paint. All right. 50 of them. All right. So then we can paint on glass, metal, ceramic. All right. Canvas, greeting cards. And look at the brushes you get. This set is in the $60 range. And so you're going to get 35% off, and you're going to get 5 brushes. All right. Great gift for the holidays. And we're sold out, and we just, the shipment's coming today or tomorrow. And I want you to see we're getting out already pre-sold lots of these. All right. You get full bottles. You get the floating medium that I use instead of water. All right. So 5 brushes, 50 guides, all the videos, and you're ready to go. And a storage box. You get this wood box. All right. So how cool is that? And this box, this is how I painted the box that the paint company has of mine. Is all white. And look, I painted all these little flowers on the front of it. And that's not even 50 flowers. So look how fun that is. All right. So everything you need. So all you do is when you go to onestroke.com, you search AZ Kit. AZ Kit. All right. Now, when you're wanting to do one stroke, some of the things I wanted you to know about one stroke is that this is only good today and tomorrow, 35% off. Think about not birthday gifts, Christmas gifts and the holidays coming up. And guess what? You can tell your loved ones you want a gift. This is what I want for Christmas. And that's the best things for some of them who they're not sure what to get you. Like you have everything. How many of you feel like I don't need another thing? Well, if you want to start a hobby, if you want to make extra income, if you want to just paint your cards, if there's all kinds of reasons for therapy, this is better than drugs. It really is. We've all had traumas in our life, probably. And one of my traumas is losing my daughter. And the day before her 23rd birthday, her heart quit. And for no reason, she ran 5 miles a day on the college soccer team. So you never know. Life changes in a heartbeat. Okay, so I just want you to see this calla lily, for instance. All right, so I'm going to come here with yellow ochre, and I'm going to split it in the double loader. Now, this double loader is going to save you money. Like when I'm doing my demonstration, or if you're doing a class with me and you have to run out or take a phone call or run out for something, I would have to run to the school as soon as I got started. Where did I just put the lid? There's a lid that covers this, and what happens with that? All right, I'm not organized. Anyway, there's a lid that covers this, and it keeps it from drying out. And I show you how to use that right on my website, okay? On our YouTube practice strokes. All right, so I just want you to see what we're going to do here. Number 1 is that you're going to come slide down and up, okay? All right, so now we're going to do this next step. Now, I used to tell people, I'll try to figure out that flower. And then I did, because a lot of nail techs would ask me how to do calla lilies. All right, so we're going to chisel down, press hard, stand up, and come across. All right, look at that. All right, so I'm going to leave that there so we can see. Now, I'm going to pick up more paint. Now I'm going to do, see that? The third step is I'm going to come right here again, lean to the side, stand up. If you don't like a stroke, just pick up again and cross across. Okay. Now, I lost my white, so that's all right. We can do it again. This is acrylic paint, no smell. You know how good that is? So many people can't paint anymore because they became allergic to the smell. And with one stroke painting, we are doing acrylic paints, and they're thick and creamy. You have to do one stroke. You can't use cheap or wimpy paint. It's got to be thick and creamy. People so many times think the vivid colors and all of what I use are oils, but they're folk art multi-surface paint. And look, that's how well I can paint right on glass. I can paint on a lot of surfaces. You know why? Because multi-surface paint has a sealer in the paint. So it's already ready. You don't have to seal it after you finish painting. It's already there. And that's what makes it stay on glass. All right. You could do that in one stroke. I made it multiple strokes. Sorry. All right. So I'm going to come in here with a smaller brush, and I'm going to pick up white on this 12. I split it. I flatten it right here, flatten it. And then I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to tap, tap, tap this middle. All right, tap, tap, tap. Okay, then I want to show you how fast the green happens. Okay, so, and you can use from the littlest brush to the biggest brush and do the same flower. All right, so that's the beauty of one stroke, is I do a lot of flat brushes, and flat brushes do amazing blending. All right, so look, I split it to pick it up in the double loader. I work it in. All right, and then I'm gonna look over here. After you practice, you stroke right there and wipe it off with a baby wipe or a wet paper towel. 50 of these cards, guys, and it's like a little bit over $60, and then you get 35% off of it right now, just today and tomorrow. So be thinking. So many people have given this to their loved ones. If you have somebody who's housebound and can't get out, they can lose their self in creating. Because if you say, hey, your goal is just sit and practice for the week on one of your flowers, that gives them 50 weeks of something to build. And you can teach yourself right at home. They can watch my lessons. I literally, they're 15 to 20-minute tutorials, and I literally load my double loader, do all this with you, and even the strokes right here, these little blending. All right, and then you turn this over, and you can lay wax paper on top of this and paint right on top of it. So you feel my strokes and you practice with me. All right, I'm telling you, this kit will change your life. If you've ever wanted to learn how to paint or not even know you wanted to, if you want to learn how to become a teacher, just practice and learn these. I love people that are brand new because they have the excitement for teaching. And you can make money teaching. You can make money by selling your wares. All you have to do is, I had this one lady that would go while she was at the beauty salon waiting to get her hair to be bleached or whatever. She would take a package of ornaments and sit there when they're in the plastic holder, and she would sit there and paint ornaments and take orders while she's sitting there. They don't want just one, they want multiples. Don't let your family leave mamas out of Christmas. Get your own gift. I told Don, I just watched this movie and they forgot about their mom and they went off and left her, so she ran away. And I wanted to run away yesterday, just saying. And so that's what she said. This woman just there's she wanted a silly thing, but she wanted it meant a lot to her, and that's how I felt yesterday. It meant a lot to just trash everything I needed to do and go to the mall and paint for this foundation, for our church and for the foundations that we're supporting. And I had some people in my ears saying, "You can't do that. You have too much to get done." And I wanted to run away, and so I ran away, and Don was there to help me run away, and we just had a really good time. Okay, can you see? All right, so that's just one of the 50 flowers. Is that kind of fun? All right. Oh, and you can get fancy. Look at that one where you curl it over. Okay. I thought I was hot stuff when I was able to do that. All right. So I just want you to know that that's one. So if you're just getting on, go back and watch from the beginning when I'm trying to share with you all these fun things that we can do. And then also think about this when you use black. All right. I'm going to show you. I'm going to come on here and a dip white. We multi-load. We're picking up. We're multi-loading. 35% off sale today and tomorrow on my website. And I want you to know that we had complete kits that you can get for yourself as a gift during this holiday, or you can get for your kids, or it's user friendly for children, for adults who feel like I can't even draw a stick figure. Guess what? You don't have to draw to be able to paint. So remember that. You don't have to draw to be able to paint. And I have free lessons, 2 new free lessons every week on my YouTube channel. So please go subscribe if you haven't. Share with any of your friends that just admire your painting and tell them, oh, you got to go to this website. She shows you how to paint, and every week she takes you through another learning experience. So I have practice strokes. That's where you learn how to paint things you didn't think you could paint. Or if you're struggling with a stroke or you're saying, I can't do that, I call this the rose leaf because look, we do a seashell, and that's the same shell we do to build our rose. All right, I'm going to show you in just a minute, so don't go away. See, like you do those shells. All right, so I do the shell, and then I stand up, stand up, stand up, my brush, and then I just slide to the tip. All right, so as soon as you see the shell, all right, right here, I say there's a magnet right there in the middle. So you're going to wiggle, go back to the magnet, go back, back, out, back, out, back, and down. And then you pull a stem. Okay, and then we're gonna come in here 35% off. So I want you guys, if there's something you thought you really needed, I want you to know that you can do it. Okay, you can do it. So look right here. All right, we're gonna pick up white. There you go. Now watch this. And this is right in there. This is in the A to Z kit. So you do A to Z. Another thing to search if you don't know if you need anything, let me tell you what to do. I have made bundles. I have my husband put me together bundles on our website. And they're the things I use the most right here on YouTube when I'm giving you your free lessons, or if you're in the membership with me. If you're in my membership, you always get 20% off anything that you purchase from me on my website. You get 20% off. There's a new code every month, and that's only $10. So try that for a month. Do the $10. You can go back and see all the past months. All right. So you can say, all right, I'm going to binge in between in between Christmas and New Year's, and just watch Donna and learn the lessons. So you can learn how to paint right at home under my practice strokes, how to use a double loader, how to use the different tools. All right, so that was the beginning of the leaf, right? So see how easy? Thank you. I love being your blessing because you guys bless me. Hey, I need to be able to stay here and be able to help my husband. He's got some really bad leg problems, and it's beautiful that I can go into our bedroom that I made into a studio, and I can sit here and create and be with you beautiful people. And then I travel. When I get to travel, I get to go around the country and see some of you in person. And we just had 35 people, and there were probably 13 I've never met, but they were online with me on here. And they just came to their first mini event with me in Tennessee, and that was amazing. And so we get hugs and friendships and memories. Um, Even like people know me just because they're online with me, and I do some Zoom so that we can talk to each other. So everybody that has supported me during the year, I have a free PJ party, and that was this week on the 10th. And then you can still get that recording. It's $25 if you want that recording. And we made a ton of ornaments and we had fun. Okay. So see how that rose builds? It builds and makes it easy. Mama's out for Christmas. I told my husband when I was fussing a little bit because he was fussing yesterday morning. I know that never happens to any of you with your kids or your hubby. I just said, I poked my head in his office right before I went to the mall to demonstrate for the giving machines. And I said he loved that movie we watched where the mama ran away. And he was saying that we need to run away from her 7 kids. No, I'm just teasing. We love them. But, sometimes you just want to escape. Well, I poked my head in. I'm naughty. Poked my head in. I said, hey, he goes, you're not happy with me today, are you? And I just didn't talk. I just drove to the studio offices and dropped him off. I put my head in and I went, you know what? I'm that mom that ran away. And that's how I feel today. And I left. And that was mean. So then I felt guilty all the way on my hour drive. So anyway, I'm going to behave today. I've been really sweet to him last night because he did feel sad all day because he likes to take care of me. All right, so see how fun and easy that was? So this is one of those A to Z. So what you do is you go to onestroke.com. All right, now look at this, so important. 35% off today and tomorrow. That's sloppy. Onestroke.com is my website. The code is the 12th month, the 12th day, the 25th year. So put in 12, 12, 25 when you check out, and you must purchase $65 at least and to get the $35 off, 35% off, 35% off. I'm saying that wrong. All right, so let me show you a couple of other things that are really important. You need my brushes. These brushes are a little bit less than $20. Then you get, if you get a few things like my 13 most used paints. Remember I said there is, if you go search bundles, then you're going to see the most used brushes. You're going to see my tool set as a perfect gift for yourself as a tool set. They're hi, Liz. This is a good sale, sweetie. Then there's 8 ounces, 8 ounces. These are the 2 that you use the most and you run out of the fastest because we usually see I use white in everything almost. And so we start with dark colors and we multi-load them with a lighter color. All right. So dark green with light green and then white with that. So this is a titanium white. This is floating medium. We don't have 8 ounce in all colors, but this bundle Mark double discounted it and that's there. So that's flying out. The double loaders. Oh, here's the lid right in front of me. All right. So this double loader also fits in my palette. And there is some confusion because this is a palette and this is a palette, but they're used differently. This a foam plate fits into this, or this double loader fits into it. You line up the notches. Okay. So this holds floating medium in the middle so it doesn't run all over your plate. All right. And this is called a double loading palette. This is a double loader. Okay. So now what happens with this? You put the paint. So now I'm going to put this up because I have so much work to do and come back later tonight, maybe, or next week. You dampen the sponge. I made this to go right over this. That keeps the moisture. You line up these notches. You close the lid. There's 5 pieces to this because there's a lid for this. And you pop it to it. You can hear it snap. And that is going to be good. If you're going to go longer than a week, put kitchen wrap on this and then close that up too. That's another way. Now, my students will bring this to class and take it home. And also, you save money because you're not throwing away paint every time. Because I have a garbage can over here full of plates, full of paint. All right, so I want to show you another really good thing is I do all my background canvases and faux finishes and all with these painter sponges. That's an inexpensive way that you can throw something on there. All right, then a thing that's a little bit more money, I think it's 20-something dollars, is a heat pen. And that's what I do, especially when I'm doing glass and all, and I want to dry something up quicker. Like if I wanted this glass, I'll come in here and I'll dry this so I can put the white detail on it. But it's a heat pen. And so it really quickly finishes something up. Like I needed the background of this little guy before I put all the details on it. And I wanted this dry before I put that on there. So this is a heat pen. So perfect time to use that when you get 35% off. We have all kinds of big bottles of Treasure Gold, and there's like 13 or more colors. So look at Treasure Gold. Used to be solvent, now it's water-based. So I want you to see if you want to really feel special and you want to build up and say, I want to get those special signature brushes. These are my most expensive brushes, and but when you take 35% off, I mean, these brushes end up being 10 of my most used brushes. So these are the ones I start with, and these are the ones I paint with almost all the time on the live, by the way. Okay, the green handle brushes. But what I love is, where is it? I love that oh look, my signature brushes have my painted florals on a wrap on those handles. So that's really fun. This is like 30 something dollars, but when you get 35% off, this is the deal. This is, think about this. This is fun, fun, fun. This is, as you're painting, you see the pretty flowers painted, you see the lavender. And then, so, but what people do is they buy this and they don't open it. I said, what do you mean? I've had mine for a year. I just look at them and I'm like, if you don't open them and use them, guys, I can't sell you more. But these are the 10 most used brushes. And I didn't have all these other signature brushes, all right, when I created this. So this has a round, an angle, a filbert, a rake, and a fan, and a 16 that are not in here. So these are the 13 most used brushes. Okay, perfect time to get this, and we got a bunch in so you can give it to yourself for Christmas. All right, so think about one last thing I want to show you when we're talking kits. All right, be sure you look for the 13 most used paints that I use on YouTube. That is when I'm doing my demonstrations and lessons and all, and those paints, I picked out those paints for you, and they're right under bundles. All right, so those go out really quick. The double loader bestseller is the double loader. This kit is my best. All right, my best selling kit right now is A to Z. All right, this A to Z kit. All right, now you don't get that notebook. I'm just saying it's the kit that I just showed you. Best selling ever, and they've only been out a couple of years. It sells like crazy, and we can hardly keep them in. Is the A to Z. All right. Now go check out my stencils while you're there. Just a little heads up. Now this has always been my 5 years and more best-selling kit. So this is called, this is the flowers of the month. So birthday months, I always had people come in, like my husbands, and say, paint a clay pot for my wife, and or paint, a plaque or whatever with my wife's birthday flower. All right. So how many of you know your birthday flower? Well, so these are reusable teaching guides, and I show you all kinds of surfaces and way to use this. This is one of the most used one. And here I tell you what that birthday flower means and the meaning of it. And I show you all your colors. So there's roses. Look at all those tinware and glass canvas. And every canvas I paint in this kit on the video, you have a full length hour or so video on every one of these lessons. All right. So I teach you with this sponge. All right. I teach you with this sponge. It's a man-made killer sea sponge, and you're going to love it. I do faux finishes. I do furniture painting, all kinds of stuff with those sponges. All right. So here is some other painted looks. This is mine, chrysanthemum. You can do them any color, but look, I painted each one of these on a 12 by 12 canvas with you in the video, and I show you all these samples that are there too. All right, step by step. All right, this is violets, gladiolas. Look, all kinds of containers, metal. I loved how this turned out. Look how pretty those geraniums are. No, marigolds. Marigold. All right, paper whites. Look how pretty those turned out. Those are December. And morning glories. Look, getting ready for morning glories. These are all really fun for the seasons that are coming up too. All right. Now, let me share with you in this kit, you're going to get a hand painted notebook, folder. All right. And all of these teaching guides fit in there. Your set of brushes, and I think there might be 12, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and floating medium. All right, so everything you need, A to Z. If that's your first one, this is more expensive than the $60-something one, but it's well worth it. This is, anybody who's painted with me for a while, they tell me, don't forget, guys, 35% off today and tomorrow only, the 12th and the 13th. This is, don't miss this. We don't do 35%. The most we do on an average is 20%, okay? So, and this kit is a set of brushes. This is what people tell me that have been painting with me for a while. And by the way, keep it in your boxes so you always have the paint that you needed for this. You always have the brushes, and you get a set of sponges in this set. All right, you have a folder. You have the same, I think there's 12 paints and a floating medium. And then I want you to see there's an inspiration sheet, and there is a wreath for every month. Okay, you can get any kind of wood pieces and then paint on both sides of it. But that's not the deal. If you don't, these are big, massive wreaths to go on your front door. But even if you're not going to make a wreath, this is what people tell me. This was, this is from my viewers. These are people that bought this kit. They always say, but I'm not good at designing. How do I know where the leaves go? How do I know which flowers to put with what? But this is what happens. You learn so much design on how to, this is September and all the fall and the squash and the pumpkins, October, and these are poppies, all right, with little teeny flowers. So we always do big leaves, medium leaves, small leaves, big flowers, medium flowers, little flowers. All right, this is all the same flower over and over. By the time you get through with those daisies, you've got those down pat, but that's such a pretty, pretty wreath. All right, and I show you how to have your triangle, how to make that happen. And then these flowers and the dripping in the container. And there's, each one of them have a different wreath. So there's white, little stick wreaths. There's wrapped grapevine wreaths. See all the different kinds, magnolias. Look how pretty that Christmas one. So you learn how to do a poinsettia, but you can do it red, you can do it purple, you can do it any color you want. But I wanted you to see here, there's 3 or 4 roses that you learn in this heart. All right, this is my favorite, and I don't think you can see it well. This is pine cones, eucalyptus, and berries. And I've had men, there were 3 men that stopped when I was in the room at the paint company painting it, and they went, what the heck? Because you have to understand this is like 24 inches, it's huge. All right. And see, so then you learn every way how to triangle these colors, where to put the leaves and how many leaves to do. So this is learning. Look how big. That's the actual size you're going to stroke. There's the pine cones, eucalyptus, different sprays, twigs, and over an hour lesson on every one of these. Okay. So this is called Wreath of the Month. And I have other kits like that in there. This also has a set of brushes I stole out of there. Okay. Here. All right. That goes back in here. So all of this and one set, and you get 35% off. So think about one of these beautiful kits for the holidays for yourself or somebody else. The 50 flower kit is the most popular. And so the thing that you need is some tools, brushes, paint. And this has brushes, paints. It doesn't have a surface. It's got everything else you need. And all you do is click on this lesson and paint with me. Okay. And I'm telling you, if you've ever wanted to become a teacher, you want to make some income. There's so many things that I teach you how to do. And so I would love for you guys to paint with me, create with me, see the special that we've got on today to make it something that you can do with. My favorite thing to do with 7 children and trying to figure out how to make some income for the holidays is I would go around my home when I wanted to spruce up my home and take trash to treasure. Think about that. You can go to Dollar Tree and get amazing things. That is a great kit. It is a great kit. So I haven't opened mine. Liz, come on. Open those brushes. You're going to be haunted by me, Liz. You're going to hear me go, open your brushes. All right. So I just want to grab something really quick for you to see that is really beautiful. And a friend, one of my students, painted this and gave it to me as a gift. And I just want you to see how beautiful it is. And another student painted this, the same thing in a different look. All right, so look at this. All right, Miss Cat painted this for me. Now, look how she has, that's a brown paper bag. And I have kept that bag as I had a gift in it that she painted with those same flowers. And I'm telling you, it meant so much to me. And that's how people are going to feel when you give them a gift. It meant so much to me that I have kept it and have shared it with people many times. Now, isn't that beautiful on a brown gift bag? All right. So now look at this. This is another gift bag that Rhonda Duffy gave me, and I've had this for a couple of years, and I didn't use it, but because I love it. All right. So she painted me the book, a journal. She knows I love the journal. Okay. She wrote a message for me. All right. And inside, she used a purple tissue. And she had one of these pens from the Dollar Tree that you can paint. That you can write your memories in here. And you can make it into an artist journal too. And then she ordered these beautiful bags, the heavy duty with the ribbon. She signs it with a gold pen. And she sells them to the airports and all in those little gift shops and has everything matching. Isn't that nice? So I have it right in front of me so she can inspire me, and so can Miss Cat. Look how pretty her strokes are. All right, so Liz, in a nice positive way, I'm going to be smiling at you, saying, open up those brushes. All right, I'm praying someday that I will get to come be it. Oh, I would love to have you there, Miss Ann. Is it Ann? Yeah. Thank you. 35% off. Come on, today and tomorrow. Just pick something for you. All right. I know we have lots of people out there to do for, but sometimes you have to remember. I cried probably 6 times yesterday, and I was doing something beautiful, and I kept I kept finding the reason that I was supposed to go. And I don't know if y'all believe this, but I was so down, and I was talking to Heavenly Father as I was driving an hour to the mall to do my demonstration for the demo of painting. And these handicapped children came in, and Dawn was holding their hands and helping them, and it was beautiful. And during that time, I cried like a baby. You wouldn't believe it. I turned around, and we are old. This lady I knew when I was 19 and a new mom, her and my best friend for 50 years. I hadn't seen this lady for 50 years. And I looked at her, and she looked at me in our old faces, and her son had died in September. And she said since then she was wanting to see me because my daughter died. And we hugged each other forever, and we both sobbed and sobbed. And we were able to connect with phone numbers and stuff. And I thought that's why God blessed me to be there yesterday and to be with Dawn, who was so beautiful. And I'm sorry, I feel really blessed. So I'd love to share that with you guys. I know y'all started hanging up when I started crying. Sorry. uh, but painting's blessed my life and my children's life. And I get to work with my daughter, Amanda, and my husband. And usually that's a good thing. All right. God is good. Yes. Pray for my only son who is having heart issues in the hospital. Oh, I will, Kathy. I will. All right. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. If you get a chance, do me. I know it was a divine appointments. Exactly. So if you guys get a chance, I can see if you've gone on my site. I see if you go visit. So please, if you get a chance, go and just look at onestar.com and you'll make my day. All right. Love you guys. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.